Mahamati. There are some Brahmins and Shramanas who assume something out of nothing, saying that there exists a substance which is bound up in causation and abides in time, and that the skandhas, dhatus, ayatanas have their genesis and continuation in causation, and, after thus existing, pass away. There are those, Mahamati, who hold a destructive and nihilistic view concerning such subjects as continuation, activity, rising, breaking up, existence, nirvana, the path, karma, fruition, and truth. Why? Because they have not attained an intuitive understanding of the truth, because they have no fundamental insight of things. Mahamati, it is like a jar broken in pieces, which is unable to function as a jar. Again, it is like a burnt seed, which is incapable of sprouting. Even so, Mahamati, their skandhas, dhatus, and ayatanas, which they regard as subject to changes, are really incapable of uninterrupted transformation, because their views do not originate from the perception of an objective world as a manifestation of mind itself, which is erroneously discriminated. If again, Mahamati, something comes out of nothing, and there is the rise of the Vijnanas by reason of a combination of the three effect-producing causes, we can say the same of a non-existing thing. That is, a tortoise would grow hair, and sands produce oil. As this is impossible, this proposition does not avail. It ends in affirming nothing. And, Mahamati, it follows that deed, work, and cause of which they speak will be of no use, and so also with their reference to being and non-being. Mahamati, when they argue that there is a combination of the three effect-producing causes, they do this by the principle of cause and effect, which is to say, by the principle that something comes out of something, and not of nothing. And thus there are such things as past, present, and future, and being and non-being. As long as they remain on their philosophic ground, their demonstration will be by means of their logic and textbooks, for the memory of erroneous intellection will ever cling to them. Thus, Mahamati, simple-minded ones, poisoned by an erroneous view, declare the incorrect way of thinking taught by the ignorant to be the one presented by the all-knowing one. Again, Mahamati, there are some Brahmins and Shramanas who, recognizing that the external world, which is of mind itself, is seen as such, owing to the discrimination and false intellection practiced since beginningless time, know that the world has no self-nature and has never been born. It is like a cloud, a ring produced by a firebrand, the castle of the Gandharvas, a vision, a mirage, the moon as reflected in the ocean, and a dream. That mind in itself has nothing to do with the discrimination and causation discourses of imagination and terms of qualification. That body, property, and abode are objectifications of the alaya vijnana, which is in itself above the dualism of subject and object. That the state of imagelessness, which is in compliance with the awakening of mind itself, is not affected by such changes as arising, abiding, and destruction. The bodhisattva mahasattvas, Mahamati, will before long attain to the understanding that nirvana and samsara are one. Their conduct, Mahamati, will be in accordance with the effortless exhibition of a great loving heart that ingeniously contrives means of salvation, knowing that all beings have the nature of being like a vision or a reflection, and that there is one thing which is not bound by causation, being beyond the distinction of subject and object. And further, seeing that there is nothing outside mind, and in accordance with the position of unconditionality, they will by degrees pass through the various stages of bodhisattvahood, and will experience the various states of samadhi, and will, by virtue of their faith, understand that the triple world is of mind itself, and thus understanding will attain the samadhi meopama. The bodhisattvas entering into the state of imagelessness, where they see into the truth of mind only, arriving at the abode of the paramitas, and keeping themselves away from the thought of genesis, deed, and discipline, they will attain the samadhi vajra vimbopama, which is in compliance with the Tathagatakaya and with the transformations of suchness. After achieving a revulsion in the abode of the Vijnanas, Mahamati, they will gradually realize the Tathagatakaya, which is endowed with the powers, the psychic faculties, self-control, love, compassion, and means, which can enter into all the Buddha lands and into the sanctuaries of the philosophers, and which is beyond the realm of Sita, Mano, Manavijnana. Therefore, Mahamati, these bodhisattva mahasattvas who wish, by following the Tathagatakaya, to realize it, should exercise themselves in compliance with the truth of mind only, to desist from discriminating and reasoning erroneously on such notions as skandhas, dhatus, ayatanas, thought, causation, deed, discipline, and rising, abiding, and destruction.